Right, that's what the Aam Aadmi Party is targeting the Prime Minister with. We have Brijesh Pandey, a political editor, now joining us in the studio as well. Brijesh, talk to us. Poster wars are not new in the national capital in Delhi. Poster wars are not new with the Aam Aadmi Party, but this one is rather specific and extremely spread out. In 11 languages and across 22 states in the country.
Well, absolutely. And I think, Aam Aadmi Party has also decided to up the ante post arrest of Manish Sisodia, and then we are witnessing that. First, we saw, a lot of posters being plastered all over the place, all over Delhi, and we saw a crackdown by the police, where 6 people were detained and later given bail. Very next day, Manjinder Singh Sirsa also, put out posters against Delhi Chief Minister, where Arvind Kejriwal tried to gain a, moral high ground by saying that, I would request the police to not arrest anybody. It's a democratic country. I think the tone and tenor of Arvind Kejriwal in his speeches, in which he is talking about how people should be educated, the politicians should be educated, is basically a direct jibe at Prime Minister Narendra Modi's educational qualification. It's not for nothing. And look at the spread of the entire fight. Posters being translated and published in 11 languages and, published all across the country. So it's while on one hand we see Mamata Banerjee there protesting in West Bengal, now we see Arvind Kejriwal also upping the ante against Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And by far, when it comes to any opposition party capturing the maximum effective optics against the BJP, I think Arvind Kejriwal leaves other opposition leaders far behind.
Right. We have also Ravi Shrivastava, political analyst, joining us on this broadcast. Ravi, let me come to you now. Talk to us. How do you view this latest poster campaign by the Aam Aadmi Party?
I think, Krishna, this is a good attempt by the Aam Aadmi Party, because as you must have seen that of late, after Rahul Gandhi's disqualification, the entire opposition is glued and to each other, and they are supporting each other's move, whatever it is. They have been attending the Congress meetings. Then all these posters are there. You have given the history. The week before that, posters were put up, and in response, Sirsa put up by his name the posters against Arvind Kejriwal. But Arvind Kejriwal took it in a sportsman spirit, and he said, no problem, you put it. If public is guided by that, I'll be too happy about it. So I think it is not a crime. In a democracy, it is very much permitted. You have a right to criticize the ruling government. You have a right to criticize the ruling, dispensation, the Prime Minister, the all functionaries. So there is nothing wrong in it. But this time, that time only in several debates, I had told to the anchor and the channel that this is not going to stop here. It will continue and it will go across the country now. Today, you have seen it is already in Ahmedabad, and another 22 states they are going to put up in 11 languages, and they are sending their message. More, less the poster. More is the creating a narrative that what is wrong with Narendra Modi. His qualification. Now the one we have seen is with his qualification. You will see more now with his Adani connection. Now you will more see with the misuse of the agencies. So all kind of, the things which are prevailing, which are being raked up by the opposition, you will find the posters giving the message about all those things. Yeah.
Right. Ravi Shrivastava, the only question I want to ask is, questioning the educational qualifications. I come from the state of Tamil Nadu, where, we had Kamaraj as the Prime Minister, as the Chief Minister, beg your pardon, at one stage. This questioning of the leaders' educational qualification is not exactly a new thing, and the debate has been raging on for a very long time as to, who should be the Chief Minister / Prime Minister. Should somebody with a college education be the one, or should not be the one? So in that sense, it gets very personal, isn't it?
No, Krishna, I fully agree with you. It is not essential to be, an IITN or a chartered accountant or a doctor or an MBA to become a political leader. But the basic common sense, which is most important, you have heard just now, Arvind Kejriwal, that how the officers fool the politicians. I know very well, because I had been a government official for 30 years. I know it is just like that. They come and tell you, you are temporary. You are here for 3 years or 5 years, you will be voted out. But we are permanent here. So we know the nuances of this particular action. So they mislead the particular politician, howsoever honest or clean or knowledgeable he may be, but they try to bully the particular thing. That's a bureaucracy. That's the bureaucrats do. So he has given an example that how the demonetization, what is happening in the GST, you see. The GST is last 6 years, it has not stabilized yet. You are going for changes for every 2 months, 3 months, and this time 1.1% on the Paytm and phone pay payments and this and that. Every time you are finding these changes happening over here. You started one nation, one tax. Today you have got 7 categories of the GST there. So whether GST, whether demonetization, any government decision, you must have seen, even for farm loss, you saw how many people lost their lives. 700 people lost their life, and the Prime Minister
the point is,
Parliament and says,
all those are bigger issues, Ravi
Ravi
Shrivastava. All those are bigger issues, but the point we're discussing is something very specific, and that is this poster campaign. I'm going to bring this back to Brijesh Pandey, our political editor, who is with us in the studio. Brijesh, talk to us. There are big issues. Kejriwal, and the opposition have enough to go against. It's exactly what the question we're asking Mamata Banerjee as well. Does she have to go back to the Didi oh Didi remark to make her point? Does Kejriwal have to do the should your Prime Minister be an educated person kind of a campaign to do what he needs to do?
Well, Kejriwal's attack on Prime Minister Modi has always been very personal. It has never been, he has never meandered or beat around bush about, trying to find a platitude that fits him, but from a distance. His attacks have been very direct. If you remember, calling Prime Minister Modi a psychopath to that level, to this, he has been very, very acerbic in his attack. And I think this is also an attempt that our Aam Aadmi Party has also realized, that post Manish Sisodia arrest, the dragnet of ED could land at the door of any of its leader, and now all of a sudden nobody is feeling secure in what they would call a political proprietorship. So now the opposition parties are raking up issues, and Arvind Kejriwal has, in a way, as again, being very direct, being very personal with the Prime Minister's, his education qualification, because that has been an issue, which has been a very contentious issue and has been a bone of contention with the BJP as well as other opposition parties, where they've asked about, whether how much educated is the Prime Minister of India, whether he's class 10th or 12th, or he's a graduate. So that has been an issue, that has been a political issue for some time.
Right.
And I think that issue is being roped in by Arvind Kejriwal to hit at the Prime Minister.